What's up guys, Anurag here, and this is the OnePlus 7T. Probably the best device that you can buy right now for the price, and this easily became the most popular device out of all the 4 devices that OnePlus launched in 2019. So what made this device so much popular, you might think? So OnePlus basically has different tiers of phones at different price range, like the OnePlus 7 at a kind of mid-range price, then the 7 Pro at a flagship price, and then in between sits the OnePlus 7T. So to be frank, this is a pretty easy phone to recommend, as OnePlus is sticking to their guns by making flagship specs available at not so flagship price, and this has resulted in a good profit for OnePlus, as OnePlus definitely sold more units of the 7T than compared to the OnePlus 7 and the 7 Pro. A perfect example is the display. It's a massive 6.55-inch 1080p OLED display, which is really good and gets really bright up to 1000 nits, so outdoor visibility is no problem at all. But the cherry on top is the 90Hz refresh rate, which makes it feel super smooth and super responsive, and such a display of such caliber available at the price that the OnePlus 7T is sold for is just mind-boggling. Talking about the design, it is basically similar to all the new phones coming out these days, a glass and a metal sandwich design. It is a very tall phone, and if you have small hands, then you are going to have a hard time managing it in your tiny little hands. But one thing that I like about this design choice is the weight distribution is perfect. It doesn't feel heavier or lighter on any specific side, which kind of makes up for the easy handling of the device. The matte glass on the back is super slippery. One good advantage of the matte finish is that it does not attract fingerprints as easily as a normal glossy back does, which is a really big plus point. And also, yeah, the phone kind of feels hefty to me, but I don't know, or it is possibly because I'm used to a small form factor using the Pixel 3. The alert slider is tighter, which basically gives more satisfying feedback, and also they got the haptics motor right, which feels very similar to the Pixel 3. Under the display, you also have the under-display fingerprint scanner, which is probably the best in any phone right now, even better and faster than the ultrasonic ones found on flagship Samsung devices. The phone also has a stereo speaker system, which sounds great. The audio coming out of them is full and crisp, and also these are probably the loudest speakers that I have heard in any phone right now. Here, take a look. So internally, this phone comes with a Snapdragon 855 Plus with 8GB of RAM and 128 or 256GB of internal storage with no microSD expansion. Such specs with a 90Hz display easily results in great performance, and also is good for future proofing, as this device should easily last you for more than 3 years without any slowdowns. This good performance is also complemented by the software that is Oxygen OS on top of Android, which is based on Android 10 out of the box. It is a very lightweight software, basically very close to stock Android, with some little nifty features that are actually useful. On the back, you have this big fat ugly camera hump, which was a pretty bad design choice. They could have gone with somewhat similar setup of lenses seen on the OnePlus 7 Pro, but they did not. Anyways, we are not here to criticize about OnePlus's design choices. The hump houses the 3 camera lenses. The main sensor is a 48 megapixel f1.6 sensor with a wide lens. The telephoto lens is a 12 megapixel sensor with an aperture of f2.2, and the ultra wide lens is a 16 megapixel f2.2 sensor. Now, the images that this phone produces are not top tier, but if you put these images and compare them with some other phones in a blind test, then probably some of the people will turn towards the photos taken on the OnePlus 7T. Now, this is not a detailed camera review of any sorts, but here are some pictures taken on the OnePlus 7T for you guys to judge. Now, powering all this is a 3800 mAh battery that should easily last you throughout the day, even with 90Hz turned on continuously. And also the fact that the OnePlus 7T comes with Warp Charge 30T, which is basically 30 watts fast charging. Topping up this battery shouldn't be a problem at all. So I conclude by saying that this is easily the best smartphone that money can buy right now. And if you are in the market for a smartphone that will easily last you for the next 3 years, then look nowhere else. So this was my review of the OnePlus 7T. Hope you guys liked it, and I will talk to you guys in the next one. Peace.